Hello everybody, I'm Sam from ThatGamingTrio and welcome to another episode of our Zoo Tycoon mini-series. In this episode we're going to be finishing up the penguin exhibit, as you can see here, and we're also going to be creating our own little chill out zone. Now, as you can see, the penguin exhibit is still far from complete. Even though it looks quite good and it's got the ice and the fresh water, it still needs a bit more terrain work, and as you can see from the zookeeper's recommendations as well, there's still quite a few things that the penguins need. Now as well, we're also going to be creating our little chill out zone, which will be later in the video, but it will be completely different to the food court and won't include many food items apart from a few vending machines that I put in there. Now, like any other animal, the penguins love rocks, but because we unlocked special animals and objects last time we played this game in episode 2, we also unlocked some Arctic rocks to go along with the Arctic animals that we unlocked. Now you can put them in there and they'll be extremely happy with that. And as you can see here, I experienced a little bit of a game glitch where the zookeeper recommendations are up at the same time as me getting a notification on the Zoo Tycoon thing. And the notification was actually that I was going bankrupt, and they had given me a $10,000 kind of saving. And that was because, as you know from my previous videos, we were running low on a budget. Now, as always, penguins need houses, but I could only put the one in here, and I figured because penguins are so small, they don't really need the one house anyway. Now, I did happen to stumble across another game which I'm thinking of doing a kind of gameplay video on. It's quite an interesting game. I found a game called School Tycoon, and the motto was "Rule the School." Now, this got my interest since of all the things they could have done, ski parks, hotels, water parks, they chose to do a school, and that interested me a bit. How far can you really go with a school, apart from have different classes, mobiles, I suppose things like that. So I've bought the game, and I haven't yet to play it, but I can guarantee you that by the time this video is out, I would have had a little bit of gameplay time. And also, it's your decision now. Do you want to see a bit of a gameplay on School Tycoon or not? Just post in the comment section below your opinion on the game. Now here, once again, I'm just trying to get the budget up a bit because I am quite low, even though I did get that kind of helping budget. And I'm just checking all of my animals to see if they're still happy in their environments. And you'll see that the unicorns are unhappy still, which annoyed me a bit. And the giraffes are still in their houses. Here we go. The unicorns still have quite a few needs. This annoyed me a bit because I thought I'd already done enough for the unicorns, but no. And the irony is that they're not even supposed to exist, and yet they want all this stuff? It's crazy. Ugh. I suppose they get annoyed with all the little kids coming up to them and shouting, "Unicorns!" that they just need a bit of time to themselves, you know? Although I did put houses there, so I'm not sure why they are still getting kind of crowded with kids. It's a mystery to me. Maybe unicorns are amazing. Well, they are amazing. As you can see here as well, an example from my last video when I was talking about terrain, you can't put the paths over several bits of terrain. You can't put a path up a hill and then going down a hill, which I just showed there. And that is extremely important that you level out your terrain, which I'm going to do in a minute when I create this little chill out zone. And also you may notice that I'm just at the minute seeing the things that I unlocked, just to see if any of them will come in use to me. And I do actually, as a matter of fact, put quite a few of these down here, just to get quite good guest feedback. As you can see, I put the signs down, which tell all of the guests what each animal habitat is like, what they like to eat, just basic information about the animal, just to get that little bit of good extra feedback from the guests. Now, as you can see there's the first little food court area, and right near it I'm building a second one. And all this one will basically contain is restrooms, vending machines, not much, but this one is mostly just sitting down and relaxing, whereas the other one is sitting down and eating. And you may be thinking, but you've got restrooms in the other food court. But I'm going to take them out, I think, later, and I'm going to replace them with some more food items that I get. well, not food items, but food shops. So I don't create it much bigger than the food court. It's quite a lot smaller actually. And I just put some dirt down there. And I fill it with vending machines. Well, not fill it necessarily. I think I only put about 2 vending machines there. And then I fill the top row up with restrooms. Just so that the guests don't end up peeing on the path. Because we hate it when guests pee on the path. Anyway, I'm also putting flowers down for the guests, just to make their visit to our zoo just that little bit nicer. And as you can see there, I'm putting the restrooms down and the vending machines right next to them. I put the drink vending machine just a little nearer to the flowers rather than the restrooms, so that they have a little drink, then they go to the toilet, then they get a snack. You know, it goes clockwise. As you can see, we've actually got quite a lot of guests compared to what we had last time. I know I keep echoing the same words, but really every time you keep on coming back to the game, you'll notice that you get more and more guests. And as you can see, I'm still trying to figure out why the unicorns are unhappy. There's a message up there about trampled terrain, and I really wasn't sure about that. I wasn't sure what it meant, so I just tried refilling in some of the terrain that was already there, but the unicorns didn't like that, so I just got rid of it. And from that point on, I just gave up. You might think of this as really mediocre and bad of me, but I just didn't know what trampled terrain meant. And I'm going to look into it and see what I could have done, but, you know, I just didn't know. And that seemed to have made the problem worse now, because there's actually 2 zookeeper recommendations now. The unicorns are just never happy. Which is weird, because they're always seen as, like, happy, mysterious creatures. Everyone loves unicorns, especially kids. They just sit around there going, unicorns! And I just unlocked some more objects and animals there. I'm going to use the objects such as the shops. As you can see there, I've got some new shops, a burger stand and pizza stand. I'm going to put them in my little food court area. As you can see, I'm just deleting the trash cans and the vending machines, which was a bad idea, deleting the trash can so close to filling. So I have to deploy another maintenance worker to just clean up all of the rubbish and get it back into the bins. So I put all of the burger stands, the drink stands, all of that stuff over here, and then I put the pizza stand, I think, a little closer to the other resting area, but, you know, not on the resting area, because that resting area is for pee-pee and poo-poo. So here, I'm just building a path for a gift shop. Now the gift shops are absolutely massive in this game, so I just go here to check the actual size of the gift shop, which is pretty big. I just plonk it down there and then I build the path around it, just to help, just so that I don't get all cramped and stuff. But no, I build another square around it, and then I build a kind of walkway from the food court to the gift shop, and then I fill it all with trees. Looking back on it, I'm not sure why I did that, but you know, I just filled it with trees. I suppose trees make it more of an event to go to the gift shop rather than just walking along a path, but still, the trees are for animals. Humans aren't animals. Well, they're mammals, but not like animals. Anyway, I'm just looking at the creatures here that I could put into exhibits, and because I'm quite low on cash still at the moment, I'm just wondering about future exhibits, and quite a few of the future exhibits actually fail, like my jaguar one and my monkey one, although I do get, I think, one more exhibit in just before the end of this small zoo building series. Now, as you can see there, the 2 food courts there are side by side. I didn't actually build too many paths towards the 2. I just built the one so that a person could go full clockwise to the lion exhibit first, then the giraffes, the unicorns, to that little resting area, then to the food court, and then lastly to the gift shop. So here's me trying to build the Jaguar exhibit. I called it the Atari Jaguar after that game console that was apparently 64-bit, but you know, it wasn't. And this failed massively, kind of like the Atari Jaguar, which is quite ironic. But this exhibit failed massively because I just couldn't suffice to the Jaguar's needs. They just got too much, even when I had only as few as that many Jaguars in there. Anyway, it's coming up to the end of the video now. Of course, remember, you can always recommend games for us to play. Remember, post your comments about School Tycoon if you want to see a gameplay of that on our channel. But this is Sam and Zoo Tycoon signing out. See you next time for episode 4 of our mini-series. Goodbye.